your past life, you were in oil and gas, in Telco, as well as in bank, all of which you held very senior position in human resources. Well, that's when you started off. So my question is, you didn't seem to have any qualms in switching from one industry to another, but this is a huge leap, and it seems like you have no problem calling yourself a salesman, whereby in our culture it's something that as much as possible I would call myself a real estate professional or a broker or a negotiator. You very proudly say, hey, as a salesperson, I'll do this and that.
Well, this deals with this may sound racist, the Chinese term thick face.
Right.
You have to be thick face. You need to be able to be very thick.
Growing up from a very privileged family, obviously, it's not training of your upbringing, and you probably would not need to be thick face to survive.
This is where working in the private sector really benefited the most.
So
in
you were on equal playing field. You're not somebody's son.
That's the thing about working in the private sector. In the end, it doesn't matter who you are. In the end, it matters if your customers are paying and you're receiving, and you're able to sustain. And this teaches you a lot of grounding. And one needs to have the grounding, because only through the grounding, the lessons that you learn, will you be able to grow. And in a lot of cases, people learn through theory. Theory does nothing. Practical experiences is the way that you learn. Yeah,
my question precisely was, you didn't need to have that thick face. But you chose this path.
Because you go through you work with these individuals, you learn from these individuals, and in the private sector, and you pick up, you learn. As much as my teachers here are also the people that I work with. And the lovely lady over there is also my teacher. I learn things from her as well. And one must remain humble enough to accept that you will learn from every individual that is around you. Even a taxi driver, a maid, or a lesser job individuals, an auntie selling vegetables. There is knowledge within each.
What gives you this kind of value? That value of being grounded. Learning from everyone. You grew up with people serving you, going to prestigious schools.
There's
your family strict?
No, it's not that. Strict. How you describe it is actually looking at two different sides of the same coin.
Yeah.
In these worlds, there will always be two types of individuals.
Right.
One that doesn't want to do anything and just enjoy life. And another that wants to say, I want to be able to do things myself.
Right.
And how you define what makes each individual different from the other, there's no definition for that.
Right.
The definition is in terms of what is the individual's ambition. When you communicate with them individually, forget about the background, talk to them one-on-one, look at them eye to eye. I mean, I met your siblings, it's like night and day, man.
In a good way.
And yet, you were brought up the exact same way as your sibling by your parents.
Right.
And for some strange reason, you ended up very different.
We're all very different.
So if we were to try and analyze why are they different, there's no one answer. The only thing that you can say is, if you meet an individual today, and if you met them 20 years ago, what is his or her ambition, her attitude towards ambition?
So how has that person grown?
Is there a hunger in this individual? Are they hungry to learn? Do they want to pick up? Do they want to be able to understand these new things? And are they doing this for themselves? Are you doing it for yourself, or are you trying to show off?
So who are you doing this for?
Nobody really knows what I do, so I must be doing it for myself. If I were to explain to you everything that I do, it's going to be a very long session. So if you're not going out there saying it completely, therefore you must be doing it for yourself.
So back to my question. You leap from one industry to another, and this is one of the biggest leap whereby you start your own business in dealing with real estate from a company man to an entrepreneur. You know, tell me about that experience.
It was quite easy. It wasn't that difficult.
No?
No.
Could it be because over time you've saved enough money, so there's a good cushion that you don't need to worry about?
No, it's not that. It's just that
Selling short for your
a
clients.
person can be adjustable, and this deals with an individual. How adjustable are you to be in any environment?
Mhm.
If I were to put you into an ocean and I tell you to swim, will you swim?
We'll find out.
That's my mentality. Yeah. So if I say, okay, I'm going to go here, I'm going to do this.
Right.
Yeah. Will I sink or swim? I'm going to find out.